Hello and welcome to Stampin by Hannah. Today I've got a card project for you. The card piece is cut to 7 inches by 3.5 inches and scored at 3.5 inches on that long side. I picked Rich Razzleberry for this one because I think it looks really lovely with that flower image from the Blooming with Kindness stamp set, which is the one I'm also using in my techniques class this month. So let's get started with this card. I've got a piece of Whisper White cardstock here, cut to 3 inches by 3 inches, and we're going to stamp our image onto that piece. Instead of using an ink pad this time, I've got my Stampin Write markers out, and we're going to use the Stampin Write marker to colour in the stamp, just the brush end of the pen onto the stamped image, onto the stamp, to colour that stamp. And if you're worried about that pen ink drying on your stamp before you've got a chance to stamp it, you just need to huff a little bit of breath onto your coloured stamp before you stamp onto your paper with it, which I do actually do here, just not quite in frame. That's going straight down onto the card there. And if you notice, I've spritzed some water onto my glass tabletop because we're going to do a bit of watercolouring here. You could use your aqua painters. I just prefer this method here of a paintbrush and a bit of water with the ink from my Stampin Write marker. And it's really simple, you're just painting the ink onto the image with your paintbrush or your aqua painter. I went a little bit overboard here, I've got to admit, and the middle of my flower went a little bit muddy, but we're going to sort that out in a second. This video was an absolute nightmare to film. My camera ran out of battery halfway through and I really wanted to get it finished, so I plugged it in while I was still recording. The camera started moving. It was a disaster, which is why I'm trying this voiceover for this video, and if this works I might do this slightly more often. We'll see how it goes. So I'm just painting the ink, the watered down ink, onto the stamped image. It's a lovely stamp. It's a lovely image, this floral stamp from the Blooming with Kindness stamp set, but some of the petals on the edges are left open, which is lovely, but I just think sometimes they could do with a little bit more colour. This technique adds a little bit more definition to that floral image. You can see also here about the muddy centre of that flower. We're going to sort that out with a little bit of layering and stamping. So I'm going to turn the camera off here and tidy up, and here I am back again. It had all gone wrong by this point, and my camera turned itself off, and I just wanted to get this video done as quickly as possible before my camera moved again. So I've got the Something to Say stamp set here, and I've selected the Love You Always from this set. I'm going to stamp that onto that 1 inch circle. Normally I would normally stamp and then punch, but my brain had turned to mush, so it's not quite centred on that stamp circle, that punch circle rather. I've got that 1 inch circle in the Whisper White, which I've stamped on, and then I've got a 1 1/4 inch scallop circle there, which is punched out of the Rich Razzleberry cardstock. I was attaching those together with a little bit of snail adhesive, and then I'm going to pop the whole thing up on a dimensional and use that to cover up that funny muddy bit in the middle of my flower. I'm going to pop the whole thing up on some dimensionals just to give the whole card a little bit more dimensional. It's just something extra because it is only a very small note card, and I just felt that it needed something extra, and I'm one of these people, I can't just leave something, I have to add a bit more and a bit more and a bit more, which you'll see again in a minute. Excuse me. Because not only have I gone in there with the dimensionals, I'm also about to go in there with some rhinestones. And I finally managed to remember to add the stamping piercing tool into my latest Stampin' Up order. So I'm using that one now instead of the slightly strange one I had before, and it comes in this lovely packaging, which I might keep it in, but I might not. We'll see how it goes. So just some rhinestones added there onto the front of the card, and that's the card project for this week. If you would like to please subscribe to my channel to see more videos from me. Go and like my Facebook page, which is facebook.com/StampinByHannah, and check out my blog, which is www.stampinbyhannah.wordpress.com, or hopefully www.stampinbyhannah.co.uk if it's working again. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.